I'm Ed Evans, and today is February 17th, 2025. From where I'm at, it looks more like 1984 because the Trump administration is destroying what's left of our democracy, our liberal democracy. Why is it a liberal democracy? It was a liberal democracy because 18-year-olds and older can vote. All types of people can vote. Women can vote. That makes it a liberal democracy. In any case, the First Amendment will go next. No, I understand we'll soon have the word climate change removed. Climate change is a dirty word to the new regime. The oligarchy, Trump administration does not like those words. In any case, that's why I'm here. Do visit NOAA and NASA, get all the information there you can, make pictures of them if you can before they disappear. It's 1984, not really 2025. The Long Thaw. Okay, that's David Axler. He also has a book, The Warming Papers. And The Warming Papers and Long Thaw are very good. Long Thaw tells us why the planet should be cooling off, and it's not. It's not because we canceled the next ice age. You find out yourself. You can look it up. Go to the page on Amazon and look at the comments. You'll read the first one and you'll probably understand what he's saying. You can go to Goodreads there, leave comments in the box below, and you can get an answer from me, if not a direct quote. In any case, what is this? Well, my goodness, what is it? I can't read it anymore. Oh, this is the oceans and climate change. This is a very good book. The oceans cover 71% of the Earth's surface, absorb like 90% of the new heat coming in. And the hotter they get, the more water vapor makes it to the atmosphere, and the hotter the planet becomes. As water vapor falls to Earth as hurricanes, just a lot of rain, making it humid. Stuff grows, of course, but it makes for a very dangerous planet. Okay, the oceans are related to the atmosphere like this. They are basically married, and one is happy, the other's unhappy, vice versa. Well, they should both be in harmony with one another as far as Earth's existence goes. And we destroyed that harmony by burning fossil fuels. I'll let you figure it out yourself. How much fossil fuels might we have burned? I don't know. If we'd stopped ages ago, maybe stuck with the Model T for a number of years and got rid of it, I don't know. In any case, read Climate Change. This is Maslin's book. This is my go-to book now because there's a lot in climate science it's hard to understand. Maslin makes it easier, but let me warn you, the book on atmosphere is very good. Of course, it connects the ocean to it, and it takes some doing because there's some new words there, and they take a lot of work. Let me advise you to visit Wikipedia for looking up terms that Maslin uses, Archer uses, anybody else here probably. I go there for climate science change, for climate change, and climate history. My march to learning, developing climate literacy began with Wikipedia's pages on climate change and climate science history. I came to the back door to learn about climate change. And so I go all the way back to Joseph Fourier's 1827 paper, and you'll see that straightened out for you on Archer's book, The Warming Papers. In any case, this is a good book. We have here climate change, and what's it say? What does it say? This is a sample. Sorry I did that. The physics of climate change, something else. The weather makers, Parrot and Igloo. I haven't read it yet. I haven't read this one yet. I flirted with this one. So you can see I haven't read a lot of these, or all of them. Some I have, some I haven't. I want them in my library. I don't have access to a decent library. I might as well be living in the rainforest if there's one left. In any case, why can't I reach these books? Simon Clark on YouTube. He's very good to watch. This is They Knew. I'm trying to get to it. They Knew is a very good paper, a book. It is a legal paper. Why the Trump administration lost a case without losing it. The Trump administration could not disprove the evidence presented by Juliana. Juliana was a girl, still is, and she sued the United States for ruining her future. And the Trump administration could not debunk the evidence. They could not say the evidence was wrong, the science evidence. But the case didn't go anywhere because the judge said, as much as she was sympathetic, I believe, there's nothing she could do. It had to go to the Congress. In other words, Juliana versus the United States was in the long venue. You can't sue the country for that. But things may change. Climate report, yes, that's good to have. Exploring planetary climate. Remember, you always have NASA now. You have Wikipedia. It's a good source. The warming papers, the fate of Rome. Why is fate of Rome here? I don't know. Loss and damage from climate change. Yeah, this is mitigation and insurance type stuff. I have not finished. I have not even read much of it. The End of Ice. That's a good one. I'm not really a fan of that book though. Climate crimes. Just going. We're doomed. Not what. Now what? Madhouse effect, and so on and so on. This is modern climate change. Okay, this is a book I read through. I can claim that much. I believe I read this book too. This is Maslin again over here. This book, The Modern Climate Change, I keep on my library to look at it. And it was a good introduction. It was a good way to go. You could buy it more cheaply. Well, decent price on Amazon, I guess. You can buy it more cheaply at Abe used books online without paying for shipping. When you buy from Abe, Thrift Books, or other used bookstores online, beware. If you buy a book that says good and it reaches your mailbox, it might not be clean. So be advised. But I like to order used books because they're used. They don't cost so much. This book here, Perfect Moral Storm, I bought used. And so I had it on my Kindle. I love this book. It's too long. It's too wordy, but he does it. He does the work. He does the work. And I can't say enough for it. It's not about science, it's about ethics, because the new climate change is an ethical issue. It's about one generation kicking the can of climate change to the next generation. And he explains how the receiving generation will do what the sending generation did. They too will kick the new climate change down the road. They may try to do some stuff to mitigate the new climate change, but out of necessity, they will also kick it down. So it doesn't look good for the seventh generation from where I'm at. In any case, the climate crisis, Naomi Klein, I'm not a fan of Naomi Klein. I don't care for this book because it's recommending a certain type of economics. My feeling is capitalism is a growth economy. Socialism is a growth economy. And if we had modern communism, I suspect it would be a growth economy. We'd have to look to China and Vietnam to see if they're growth economies. Well, my feeling is that we are so far down the rabbit hole of climate change, global warming, that we don't have time to worry about social stuff while taking money out of mitigating the new climate change and getting ready to protect the seventh generation. Is that to say I discount the current generation? No, not at all. I think healthcare is important. I mean, why else do people become veterans in that? Because we want to make our country a better place, right? Isn't that why we have government? Make the country a better place, make it safer for generations to come, to make our country a nicer, safer place to live, maybe medical care for all somehow. I don't know how to do that. I wouldn't pretend to know. But it's a good idea, and I think that ethics and climate change need to be considered. Okay. Now, I think Naomi makes it clear, too, that if we paid attention to what we were doing, everybody could have these things. Well, I just don't want to mix up climate change with social program, but that's me. This is getting too long. I recommend Kindle for your books. You can buy them online for less. Why would I want to do that? Well, let's look up climate. This is a good book. Why is it saying manage devices? Oh, I haven't opened that book on this computer. It's open on another computer. This will open up the long thaw. David Archer's book. I recommend this book, How Humans Are Changing the Next 100,000 Years. It's like if you cut a finger off, you change your hand forever. Well, that's what we're doing with the new climate change. We're changing the climate forever because you can't turn the clock back when it comes to the Earth. You wipe out a species, that species is gone forever. Biodiversity is a very precious thing on this planet. You destroy one species, it's gone forever. Some people who are of a religious bent should be raising Cain about destroying habitat, destroying species, because that's creation for all, everybody, for all generations to come. Who are we to destroy biodiversity, any one species? We're not God. Anyway, prologue, global warming and geologic time. This is David Archer's Global Warming and Geologic Time. Okay, that's about all I have to say. I'll be back.